by the way.
I'm Dave.
Dave.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, John.
We're live, everybody. Here we go. Welcome to RJ's Lives. We're going to have a lot of fun today. As you see, we got a full house today. This is going to be awesome. So we have Singing Toad, and we have Thrifty Kniffy, Boston Blade Reviews, Tom from Knife Delights, and of course, Patty's Potato Peelers. And for those of you that don't know, Singing Toad is actually from Canada. So we truly have a very international, panel tonight because we got Patty over in Europe. We have, Singing Toad up north of the border, and then the rest of us in our various places that we are. So there you go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the chat. And hey, I want to thank everybody that tunes in when we're not actually live. If you go back and you're watching this recording right now, thank you very much for doing that, because we all appreciate it, and we hope that we bring you a good show. So here we go. Anybody, Kevin, you want to start? You want to just kind of introduce yourself? You're a new channel. You just started here. You're actually not that new, but you just got 1,000 subs yesterday, right?
Yeah, fairly new. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, on the live, we did. It was between me, myself, and Big J's Knives. He has a great channel. Big J. I love doing the lives, and that's actually too, the live between me and Big J. But yeah, yesterday on the live we got the thousands. I got the 1,000. That was nice. That was really nice. I had a good time yesterday. Some of you guys were on there watching, and I appreciate all the support. I really.
Well, you're welcome.
I think we all can still remember getting to that 1,000 or getting to 100. When I first started, the thought of getting to 100 was amazing.
Right.
Having the 1,000 was...
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
At 100, and then it just goes from there. I think that Knife Delights, Tom with Knife Delights, he did a video the other day talking about how it is having a YouTube channel, how it's a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that video the other day. But yeah, no, like I said, I'm the new one here. But no, thank you guys for all your support. You guys have great content.
Yeah, it's really great. I love seeing new channels come along and then they succeed, and it's just so exciting. Even for Patty, I know he's way up there. That's why we call him Papa Bear.
Yeah, but you're talking about waves. I got the 10,000 all right, but you see, since 10,000, it's been a trickle compared to what it was, because I reverted back to doing traditional knives, which is my love. So I don't show that many locking knives anymore, and you just don't get the subs for that. But it's leveling out now, which is I don't really do it. I know people say that, but I don't do it for the subs. If I don't get another one, I've enough now. Do you know what I mean? And meeting this crowd here, has let me know that I'm doing really, really well when I meet them.
Yeah, that's true. When you get into these groups like this, where channels come together and we enjoy it, we have fun, we have a great, audience here in the chat room. And even the guys that, if you're just watching this passively, I think you'll get so much more out of it if you join the chat and talk to the other people and, kind of see what they're about, see what's going on, and join in. It's just going to be a lot of fun for them.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just like I watched you yesterday, Kevin, you and Jerry, and that was a fantastic live show that you guys did on Saturday. I'll, definitely be joining in there. And like I said yesterday, if you guys ever want to have me on, I'll be glad to come on. It's just a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it is. It was a lot of, like I said, that's something between me and Jerry. That was really first time doing. We had a trial run the week before. It was a trial type of thing, and people started showing up. It was crazy. We didn't realize people were going to show up, and people in the comments. And, yesterday we went, for the first time really live with it and really trying to. And there was a bunch of people there. And it was just a fun time. It really was. It was great. I would love to have you on, RJ, or anybody. That we would love to have that. That is something that we're looking forward to, is getting more people on and experiencing new people with what they want to bring to the table.
Right.
Yep. That's what's great about all of this. And the more knife channels we have, the more successful each channel is. It helps the knife community out so much, and it's great, just really fantastic.
Absolutely.
I did want to note here in the chat, I see we got the Kirby Creek outfit on,
Yes.
and he was one of those that was able to get the buck 110 in MagnaCut. And if you've not seen his handiwork with a knife, you need to check it out. He just came out, I think, yesterday or day before on an update. He's been using the heck out of that 110 in the MagnaCut, and looks like that's become his favorite steel. But the man has great knife skills, and it's fun to watch his videos.
Absolutely. There's a note in the comment, Stephen. I don't know if you saw it. Here, I got to scroll back a little ways. Paul Buggle says, "Tell Patty the CRK, the Chris Reeves knives, Menandy, I think I said that.
Yeah.
But in box elder is an absolute must. You need to get one at any price."
Yeah. I would love one at any price. I just can't afford one.
If anybody wants to help contribute to that, just mail a check to Patty.
Yeah, I got this one the other week, as you all know, because I've done nothing but show it off.
Let me bring that up, because that's such a beautiful knife. And definitely, that's a grail knife for almost everyone.
Oh, for definite, that is a good. See the small. I've forgotten what it's called now, Chris.
Just call it Bob.
Yeah, this is Bob. She's beautiful. The box elder on that is just stunning, and I really would love a Menundy just sitting underneath there with the same box elder, because they do it, and it'll be one that I'll get eventually, hopefully, but it's not something I'm in the hunt for. I've spent so much this last 6 months; it's ridiculous. So I'm going to calm down for a while.
I don't blame you. Yeah, that would. You're gonna have to make a video a week just on that one.
Yeah, I honestly, I've been really fortunate.
Sorry, I have nothing new, so you can look at this again.
But it's funny you're talking about MagnaCut. I done a review of my little, the other little new knife that I got. Where is it now? The Bexar.
The Bear.
Yeah, the Bear. I done a review on it today. The final sort of review on it.
Yeah, I saw that.
As far as MagnaCut goes, it seems really, really good. I don't know if I'll ever use it to its ability. And I mean, that's the thing about being a collector and a user. I'll never use this hard enough to see just how good MagnaCut is. But I will say it strops really well, which is nice. I like that. I haven't resharpened it yet because I haven't needed to. It's just dead sharp. I've used it for a couple of weeks but it's a really interesting steel, because I'm not really going to know for a couple of years whether it's fantastic or not. And I think that's the thing. I get caught up sometimes in this, this is the super steel, let's get this. But it's just, it's good. And that's all I can say. Whether it's much better than M390 or something, I have no idea yet. But I have to say, the wee knife is just beautifully thin. Gorgeous little knife.
Yeah, let me bring that up again so you can show that.
It's surprising how thin it is, and it's got them beautiful milling. I don't know whether you can see that. My camera isn't the best. You probably can't see it, but it's like their pens. It's all really finely milled, but look at the thinness of that. It's just nothing. And to be honest with you, it's one of the most comfortable wee knives I've got. The rounding they have done on this is just so comfortable. Really, really comfortable for such a small knife. 1.8 ounces. And you've got titanium and MagnaCut. When you take it, that it costs $170 now for a bug out, which is plastic and 30 CV. But I love 30 CV, but I mean, it's just plastic. I think this is a brilliant option for about 45, 50 pound more.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Where's that one built, Patty?
USA. Totally made in USA.
Where?
It's the tactile turn. You know the fellas that do tactile turn pens?
Yeah, but where's that?
In America.
Where?
I don't bloody know.
Texas.
Okay, all together, Thrifty. It's deep in the heart of
Texas.
It's only a wee small place with a lot of steers, isn't it?
Patty, I'm confused.
Oh,
I'm
Here we
confused,
go.
Patty.
are we going Full Metal Jacket now?
Hold on, Boston.
Yeah,
Here we go.
sure.
Patty,
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yes.
Is it a wee knife because wee knife makes it, or is it wee knife because it's tiny?
It's just wee.
There's no hope for Tom.
Just that and E.
It's an adjective for everything.
I had to ask.
Oh my goodness. We're already off the rails and we're not even a half hour in.
Right? Zip it, Patty.
Glad to oblige. Glad to oblige.
Thank you very much, Tom. That's why you're the producer.
You guys keep saying we, and I think I'm getting close to Quebec.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
what did you say singing Toad? Eh?
Yeah.
well. That's how
Canadian
that's
A.
what they in Quebec. Is it we a? I don't know.
Possibly.
Oh, bloody hell. I'm confused now.
Yeah, what is A in French? That's a good question.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you my favorite Canadian joke of all time, and you guys may like it, you may not. But you know how they came up with the name of the country for Canada, right?
No.
No.
Okay, so they took one of those Scrabble games, and they had all the letters in the bag, and so they shook it all up, and they said, we're going to decide on how to name our country. So they said, okay, pull out a letter, and we'll start from there. So the first guy, he pulls it out. C, A. N, A. D, A. There you go. You're welcome.
Who knows? Maybe that's how it was done. I don't know. I actually, remember years ago, we used to have these commercials on TV called the Part of Our Heritage. And they actually had a section about that where it showed some native Canadians that were pointing to a village, and they were describing to the early settlers where that village was, and the early settlers was saying, "What is it?" And they say Canada. And they were just saying Canada, and then the settlers, the English, were like, "Oh, Canada," and that's apparently where the name of the country came from. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just a commercial that used to be on TV many years ago.
I'm going with the Scrabble bag theory.
I like that one better though, personally.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So go ahead, Toad. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, your channel, what you like to collect, those kind of things.
Oh, well, first I'd like to say thank you very much for inviting me today. I apologize I was not able to get here before. You did invite me back before the new year, but I was so busy. So thank you very much for having me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It's also really awesome to get to meet you guys here today. Several of you I have had conveyance with. I've swapped stickers with, things like that. So it's very cool to see you guys in person. And I want to thank the audience for tuning in today, because I appreciate all of you guys showing up and giving us support. As far as what my channel is originally started as a gaming channel. I was going to be a gaming channel, and then I filmed one video, and I said, "This sucks. I don't want." It took me forever to edit one gameplay. Like I was editing for like 4 hours, and I'm like, this sucks. So I'm not going to do that anymore. And I've always had a passion for knives my entire life. I mean, I like to hunt, I like to fish, I like to camp, I like to do all these outdoors things. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start talking about my knives. I'm just going to talk about them. I'm not going to be like a knife reviewer, if you will. So I just started going through my own collection. Then one thing led to the next. The next thing I know, I'm presenting knives like the way everyone else does. And it's just kind of gone from there. But I review everything. I don't really have a particular genre of knife that I like or dislike. I like them all. And I've been trying to broaden my collection a little bit. So I don't have a whole lot of traditionals in my collection. And that is a direction I'm kind of trying to get into a little bit, because I don't have many of them. And, I don't like to talk about stuff that I don't know anything about, if that makes any sense. So I like to get it in my
away
hands.
with it for years.
Well, you know what I mean? Like I try to have the thing in my hand.
Channel, right?
Yeah, so, I try not to be that guy, that is just blowing smoke on the internet, So I try to have it in my hands, get some experience with it, and that's how I learn. I learned by my own experiences,
Mm-hmm.
So So that's basically what the Singing Toad channel is. Just it's a lighthearted channel. You know, I'm very, very not serious at all. You know, some people can get their nose out of a joint because of something you say or do, but I'm very much just have a good time and have fun.
Hey, just so you know, we got Freedom Frog gear in here. So frog meet toad, toad meet frog. It's an amphibian day.
Is Frog in the chat, or is he coming into the live stream?
He's in the chat, but yeah, we got to welcome our amphibious.
I just see him there now. Hey,
nice,
Frog.
Chats, yeah.
He's a really good guy.
He is. He was on your just a week ago?
Oh, 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like just yesterday he was there doing his best Jon Snow impression. At least that's what Mimo said. I haven't seen is Michael in the
I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him in there yet.
Okay. Yeah, so hopefully he'll come in. He's usually our moderator for everything. Gary, yeah, thank you for moderating today. I see he's throwing up links for everybody. So yeah, fantastic. If you don't mind, Gary, if I can call on you to be the moderator today, that'd be awesome. So, that's a dad joke right there. Frog and Toad might spawn a new channel.
I saw that. I do want to say hi to Jersey Knife Guy. He did say hi to me. I don't know how to reply to these comments, so. So
are you able to see the comments?
I can see them, yeah, but
at the bottom does it say post a comment on
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the problems using
the phone?
like a phone or the my tablet. So okay. I'm actually on camera on my tablet, so I can have my desktop up. So I'm actually watching the show up on the desktop, and I can reply that way.
Yeah, I'm using Google Chrome just on my regular computer.
If I
maybe it's
for a second, Singing, are you using your phone right now?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I was gonna say if you use, I'm using my phone. There's a chat button down below, but I don't. What are you using?
I'm just on my computer, just a Windows 11 Google Chrome browser.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I thought you were on your phone. I was trying to help you out. Okay.
I appreciate that. It's okay. I just want to make sure that everyone tuning in knows that I'm not just ignoring you. I do see your comments. I just can't reply to you.
Hey, Gruggs is in the house.
Hey,
Gruggs is in the house. Come to attention, Legionnaires. Gruggs is in the house.
Absolutely.
It's funny, when I do my lives, I have a man that does that sort of thing because I cannot read and present at the same time. So
yeah, I can't afford a man. That's why I have Tom.
Hey, you know what?
Man.
I'm sorry to everybody, panelists, all the viewers. I got to get something straightened out right now. I understand you've been paying Thrifty to appear on your shows, and you're making me pay you to be your producer. Well, something's not right here, RJ.
You're right, because what happens is that I pay Thrifty, and then Thrifty turns around and pays Patty. So,
so in essence, I'm paying you so you can pay them.
That's right. Yeah, it's just
we only come on for the money. It's not the people.
Right.
Well, I guess it's for a good cause. It's for a good cause.
That's right. Oh, Crispy Critter has another PSA. I will never say I have a frog in my throat again. Good idea in this crew. Oh boy.
Oh, Mimo's on now.
Oh, all right. Hey, Mimo. Awesome. Glad you're here. Yep, we have Gary as your co-moderator today. He's been helping out. Oh, what? Jeroen has some news. He wants to know, Tom, did you tell me about snapping the tip off of the roper yet?
That is news.
Did you say something? I'm sorry, I spaced out there a little bit.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Tommy the mute is back in the house.
No, the joke is the other night, I lost. RJ sent me his Roper Pecos to review, and I know it's one of his favorite knives. And the other night, I misplaced it and I was panicking. I was tearing the house apart looking for that knife, and I did find it. So, but yeah. Thanks, Jerome. You were supposed to, loose lips sink ships. But thanks. Throw me under the bus there, my man. But no, I didn't break the tip.
I didn't think you did. All right. Well, that's enough chitter chatter. You guys want to show off some knives, or what? What do we got going on here?
Would you mind if I heard from Boston Blade Reviews? Because I really just got to find him now. So I'd love to know a bit about him and where his background is in knives.
Absolutely.
Tell us, Kevin, you're on.
Absolutely.
Sorry, that was very bossy.
Good. Absolutely good. So I just want to say again, I love your channel. I do. I watch your channel all the time. And I'm going to get into that, but let me knock it off track because I can do that. So basically I started this channel really not too long ago. I would say I'd have to go back into and look, but I'd say maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago. It really wasn't too long ago. And I've always, kind of like what Sing and Toad was saying, I've just always had a passion for knives, for all types of knives. And when I was talking to a friend of mine that I met on, he has a YouTube channel. He goes by his real name, so I'm not throwing any names out there, but he goes by his name, Tristan Barnett, and he's from Arkansas, and he was making knife reviews. He loves buck knives, and he makes reviews, and I would comment on his channel and, hey, that's a really nice knife, and we started conversing back and forth, and he was just like, hey, you got a bunch too, and he kind of got me into collecting more buck knives. If anyone watches my channel, you guys would know that, buck knives are pretty much what I like to review, what I like to buy. I do other types of knives as well, but that is kind of my main thing. He's like, you should maybe get on and try to, show off some of your stuff too. And I was just thinking, I'm like, that's not a bad idea, Tristan, and that's kind of how it happened. And like Sing and Toad was saying, it was just, I'm very relaxed type of person. I'm not, I'm not here looking to, it's not always about what I mean. It's not about, let me get a million. But I just like to show off knives. I love to show off my knife. I love to buy knives. It's been a passion. As a kid, I always had one on me. I remember someone in my family saying to me, you should always have a knife on you. And he gave a real good reason. He goes, say you ever in an accident in the car, you had to cut your seatbelt off, or this or that. And it's true. And I just always have carried knives. But getting back to it, YouTube is just something that I really never thought about until I started talking to Tristan, which is down in Arkansas. And he kind of pushed me to get on and start making reviews. For those of you that don't know Tristan Barnett, but he actually makes knives too. He knives. I have one here if I can find it. He sent me for Christmas. He made this one out of a Nicholson file.
Yeah, let me bring you up. So we can take a good look at it.
Very young guy he is. Just your basic. Like I said, he made this out of a Nicholson file. Maybe you can see the file there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very nice handle on it, pinned together, and it's full tang construction all the way around. I'm trying to get it in there, full tang, and he just sent me this for Christmas, which was very, very nice of him.
Uh-huh.
This basically great guy. He makes great content. He has great content on YouTube, and he got into it. And it's not always, like I said, about pushing for 1 million subs. That's not how I look at it. I just like reviewing knives, like buying knives, and go, just review it. It's been so fun, and you meet so many nice people in the knife community too. This knife community has been awesome. It has been incredible. I haven't had any real feedback or anything like that. Everyone's friendly. I watch your guys' channels and go through, your comments, and I'll comment myself, and it's been a great community, really has, and I'm very happy to be here.
Lovely. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Yes, it's finally nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, nice. It's funny. I was saying, I watch your guys' channels all the time, and now again, thank you, RJ, very much for having me on.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I get to meet you, see you guys in person, and we'll see you guys on here. Tom, you sent me some of your stuff, and we kind of share the same passion for buck, I believe.
We do. I notice you have a great selection of like the more modern 110s and 112s.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, buck becoming popular again, very popular again. Of course, growing up in the 70s, it didn't matter what knife a man had on his belt, it was a buck knife, no matter who made it.
Right.
And they're kind of getting that reputation back again. And I think you're right. They've figured out they can take their old models, their classic models, and do wonderful things with them. All the different slim versions and all the new, show some of them off if you could there. That's something I've not been able to get into yet. I'm still focusing on the traditional slip joints, but show some of them new modern ones.
Yeah, here's a buck 110 here. This has the G10 handle on it. This is actually a limited edition buck 110. Not sure if that will come in. If you can see the numbers at the top right there. This is number 43 of 110 made. Really nice pocket clip on this G10 handle. And it's not as heavy as it looks. We all know 110, it's a heavier knife, but with that G10, it really just brings it down in weight. And it still has those traditional look, with the clip point blade, but it does have the dual thumb stuff on there. Just a really, really nice, buck 110. This is actually has S30, so the S30V blade steel on it. Another one here is surprisingly enough, this is another 40. I got these from the same place, but this is a this is a buck knife, but it's a replica of the older bucks. So I don't know if everybody knows this here, but so the old buck 110 had squared off handles. Now, you can see they're very blocky. And this is with the 440C, blade steel. Yes, so it's using their old steel that when what they used to use back in the day. I can show you a modern 110, and you'll be able to see the difference. So this is the blocky one. Here's your modern one.
You can see they rounded off.
Yeah, you see how they rounded it off, and it's just it's a smaller handle. This actually has bigger bolsters. The one here, this has bigger bolsters. And we all know the 110 today has that 428C blade, but this has the 440. And yeah, that's just that's a couple there. If you look at an old 112, one from 67 to 72, and that has the blocky handles as well.
Yep, and no nail nick.
And no nail nick on that one, right? Exactly. This actually, I found this in an antique store, and it had a military pin on the sheath, which was very, very unique. Real unique. I actually have the sheath here if I could find it, but yeah. So that's just a couple. Just this is like a replica of the old 110, and then as I was showing you a minute ago, the other one there with the G10 with the G10 handle that I have here. And yeah, I believe that Buck's doing great things, like you were saying. They really, a lot of I think when people think of Buck now, they think of traditional 110 and 120, but they're really getting modern. They're becoming very, they're staying up with the game. Their scales are coming up. They're using a lot of S30V, S45V. For example, real quick, this one here is the Onset. This is the Buck Onset. This is a great knife. If you guys ever can, 45V deal. This is more of a hard use knife from Buck. It has the stainless steel on one end. It's a frame lock, and then you have the G10 on the other end there. And like I said, it has that S45VN with that Paul Boss heat treat. Just a great knife from Buck. What
sort of price range is that new one coming in at?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's the price range of that new one you just showed there?
So this one's kind of high, the onset. I think personally, I think it's a little bit high. But this one was, I want to say, was it one almost? I can't 190, 200, maybe even.
Right.
Boy, yeah. I mean, but you know, when you do think of it though, it is using the 45 VN blade steel, so
Yeah.
you're paying more for the steel.
Yeah.
It has great action, really. I mean, great action. But you know, that's really what knives are going for today, though. When you look at other companies,
Yeah.
so it's you know, it's really not too high. But yeah, this is the Buck Onset. It's a hard use knife, great steel. Like I said, frame lock, stainless steel on one end, deep carry pocket clip, your G10 on the other end there.
Yeah, that's nice. I really like the shape of that.
Yes, it's very nice knife. I've used this for many things, and I'm telling you, you really can get some hard use done with this knife.
I would say they might even go down in blade steel and make a budget version of it as well. You know, like the plastic handles, which I think would be another. That's a great shape, that blade.
Yeah, but maybe using the FRN handles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's really nice.
It kind of is, like you said, it's just kind of your you know, it has that
Neutral handle.
Yeah, nice drop point blade, but very nice.
Very nice. Tom, would you be into would you fancy the modern ones like that?
I would. But like I said, what I'm trying to concentrate on right now before I move into the modern is to fill my gaps in my traditionals. And just real quick, I've got one of those old Buck 112s too. The 2 dot, I guess it is.
Yep.
This was my father-in-law's, and he passed away, and I ended up with it.
Thanks, Jack. Be sure to get a bandage. Jack just gave us a super chat, Tom. So
I see that.
We say
Suburban Jack, EDC. Hi guys, just stopping in to say hi. Just cut my finger in the kitchen. LOL, gotta go.
Yeah,
we know about that. If you're a knife guy, you know all about that. So anyway, that's one of the old 112s that I cherish. This one, a lot of sentimental value to this. So to answer your question, Patty, it's not that I don't want to buy or I'm not looking at the more modern ones. It's just I want to finish out the vintage ones while I can get them. And that we were talking here in the pregame just a little bit here with Singing Toad. He's got a knife there that I would absolutely love to have.
Well, then I guess we
Toad, can you bring it out? This is a Toad sticker for sure. Look at that.
Wow.
That is beautiful. Can't get away from it. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yes, that would be the 124 Frontiersman. And I have no idea what I'm doing with my camera here. There we go. It's weird being on the inverse of this. I'm not used to filming like this.
Exactly.
But so there she is. There's the 124 Frontiersman, the big bad Buckosaurus.
Beautiful knife.
Is that in the 420 HC?
Yes. Yeah. This is a nice slab of 420 HC blade steel, and
beautiful.
It's thick.
How thick is that? Yeah, how thick is that?
I want to say it almost looks a quarter of an inch. It's maybe just a tiny bit less than a quarter of an inch.
Nice.
I don't have a measuring thing with me at the moment, but
right.
It's thick. It's at least the same thickness of the 119, if not a tad thicker.
Yeah, I wish I could go back to bushcraft, and I would love to take something like that out in the woods and use it.
Yeah, I mean, if I just pull I got a 119 right here as well, and if I just pull
put them, get a comparison. Let's see what they
actually. Yeah, it looks about the same thickness to me.
Okay.
I mean, using my eyeball here, but obviously you can see the. Oops, let's get in the camera here. You can see the difference in the sizes.
Yeah.
And the 119 is not a small knife.
That 119 is beautiful. It's a sexy shape.
It sure is.
Talking about that, I would just like to go quick because he just real quick 124. Here's the 120. This one's from 1967 to 70.
Oh, the General.
The General, yeah. It's a little bit smaller.
Oh man.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than the one he was just showing, but you can see there on the tang stamp, it has that inverted tang stamp, which is the opposite way. Inverted. It's the opposite way of the way that they print there, where they have it now. But the 1967 to 72, a little bit smaller than the one, obviously from the 124. But I just wanted to show the difference in the kind of the size.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get a 120 too.
The Buck 120 made famous by the Scream movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it is. I mean, it goes to show that even the age of the knives, the older ones, when you get that blade shape that's iconic, and if you, well, even my age going down to you young bucks, I mean, that is absolutely stunning blade shape, and whatever century you bring it out, it's going to look good.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Ooh.
They're surprisingly tough as well.
Yeah, I believe the 428C is a great steel for bushcraft, and it's easy enough to repair in the field, and it also works.
Yes,
I agree with that. 428C, yeah, they do it, and Buck does a very good job with their 428C.
I didn't know
carried my
Buck on
119 for years on my hip in
440C.
the bush.
hey Casey,
Did Buck originally do 440C as part of their lineup?
Is 440C part of their lineup?
Yeah, did they do an original, going back years, 440C?
Yes, so 440C was used years ago, and the problem they had with, I wouldn't say a problem, but what a lot of their customers were saying was it was very hard to sharpen. Blackie Thomas actually has a on his Buck 110 that he had it in. I believe it was the 440C when he was a kid, and it was so hard to sharpen. He said that even using an Arkansas stone, it was just very hard to sharpen. So what Buck did was they wanted to come out with a steel that was both held its edge and was also just easier to sharpen. So the 428C is pretty much what they've been going with, and it's been working great for them.
Isn't that funny? 440C was hard to sharpen. When you think about what they're sharpening now.
I mean, I have a diamond stone set because the super steels. You can't sharpen, like your like I've got like 20 CV. Like that's a hard steel to sharpen with like a regular Arkansas stone. Yeah. And I have some of those too. You'll be there all day. You need the diamond to hog that material off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how times change.
Yep. Well, I guess I can show the knife that Tom's always bugging me about. You know which one it is, Tom?
I sure do.
It's not a roper. That's that 113 Skinner. He loves this one. I do too. It's a great knife. Just a fantastic knife, and it gives you that good feeling of the 110, 112 type handle. It's really nice. But yeah, just a absolutely beautiful knife. I really like this one. Haven't sent it off yet. I got a couple of bucks. This one, and I'll show its little stablemate. This is a 303 Stockman that I bought at a antique store. I'm going to send these in to get the spot treatment. So I haven't done that. I'm going to see if Buck can do anything, because on the sheep's foot blade, as you can see, they treated it like Tom and they broke the tip off.
Hey!
So I'm going to see if they just sharpen it down or sharpen it out or reprofile it or what they do. But I'll let them fix it. But go ahead, Tom, if you have a reply.
I'm flabbergasted. I'll show a knife. How's that?
That works for me.
This is my latest one. I just got this in. It's off. Bought it off of eBay, and this is a model 302. It's a single-bladed slip joint knife. Got the rosewood, that bright blue buck inlay there. And what makes this special is this is from the Chairman series. And Chuck Buck, he would have been the grandson of Hoyt Buck, the founder of Buck Knives. That's his signature that's engraved on here. So,
that's gorgeous.
Yeah. just a gorgeous knife. It didn't come with the box or anything, but I can't see that this knife has been used. Just a gorgeous knife.
Does that say Chucklebuck?
Chuck.
Oh yeah, just checking.
Yeah. Chuck Buck.
There's a lot of funny knives out there.
So now, so he was third generation, and now the fourth generation is CJ Buck, Chuck's son. So that's another reason I like Buck knives. I mean, tell me another American knife company that is fourth generation family owned.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yep, that's very nice. Did you want to show your 110, John, or?
We can show whatever you like, sir.
Well, you can pick. It's your desk. I'm going to throw you up
Okay.
on the big screen here.
Let's show
We haven't
this
heard
one.
much from you today.
I was thinking Boston was saying the other day he didn't have this, so this is the Canoe
That
389, correct, Tom? Is that right? 389.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Their
I'll
Canoe
look here
pattern.
real quick.
I brought mine out too.
Yeah, it's 389.
Yes, indeed. Now this is just one of their Chinese ones. It's not expensive or anything, but I think they did a pretty good job on the design. Of course, with the Canoe, the main thing is that you have those tangs covered up in the closed position, and they do a good job on that. It's nice and smooth in and out of the pocket. You see the profile; it's nice and smooth here. So, yeah, that's one of the reasons I like that particular one. Plus, it comes with the bone, synthetic. So, yeah, they don't always offer that material in the cheaper versions. So I was happy to have found that. I think this Walmart offers this one, and one of the few places I've seen it. So I don't know if it's available other locations, but
I think I tried to look for them on Walmart's website, and they were out of stock now.
okay.
I
But
think
that's where they were being made available at one point. So,
that's
but
very
you want to see the 110 custom?
Sure.
Okay, I think Tom's probably sick of seeing this one.
No. Never get sick of it.
But this is from the custom shop. Got the elk handles, and of course, with all the different options, I got the rivets and the brass bolsters, and then opted for the drop point blade,
beautiful.
and that's an S30V. So you get the upgraded steel on that. Much of what you guys were talking about, with Buck being a little more progressive about their options and things over Case. I think Case is trying to quickly catch up. They seem to be making some pretty desperate decisions to get things going, but I think they had a heck of a time over COVID that they're still trying to play catch up. But speaking to catch up, if you touch that blade, you're sure to get some on the floor.
Yeah.
It's hurting.
But yeah,
me just looking
really,
at it.
really nice custom. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I think those
Yeah.
elk handles are probably about as good as a stag as I've got in my collection. Just
Yeah,
really well done.
That's a beautiful knife. That is for sure.
Well, I've
Well,
got some others here, but I don't know. I think everybody's seen the stuff. It's not anything particularly different. I've got one of Tom's favorites he carries a lot. He's got an orange version of the same knife. I've got the olive drab version. This is the Slim Select. And I don't know why my camera's not focusing better than it is, but nice slow roller there.
That's a great.
Yeah, this is just a really nice light version of a 110. And for those that, don't want the bulkier carry, I think it adds to the intrigue of the knife to have that heavy carry. It's it's like anything, like a Chevy 57 Chevy. They didn't make those things light, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's sort of a nostalgic appeal to me for a heavier knife, like the Buck 110, and it kind of just all fits in it, in that realm of nostalgia for me when you carry a heavier knife like that. But if you're more of a modern fella and you want the 110, but you don't want the bulk, that's a good option there. Another one I've just reviewed recently. I've had it for a while. I don't know why I didn't review it earlier, but the Duke.
Oh, those Dukes are fantastic.
It's the Buck 500 here, and
That was pretty.
It comes standard with the drop point blade as it is.
That's the pre-86 model, isn't it?
No, I think this is more modern than that. Actually, I think it's 2002 is when this one was made. But
that is one of the prettiest bucks I've seen. I really do like that now. Folding knives.
Yeah, and I think the 500 series, like Tom was saying, has all the rosewood handles and while it might be a laminate, it's a really well done one. I mean, you get the wood grain in there; it looks really nice, good color. So,
I think that.
Do they do that in a clip point?
No,
I don't think so. I don't think they have that option. If they have, I've never seen it.
No, the 500 series, they're all drop point.
Right.
And that's some sort of a rosewood. I think they call it like rosewood, dymo wood or something. So it's an impregnated rosewood.
Yeah. And I also have the another one of Tom's favorites here, the 112.
Oh, let me bring you back up. Sorry, I thought you were done, John.
Oh, it's okay. I'd figure I'd just get them all out of the way so I could sit here and listen.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
But this is a really good size too. Another smaller option. Of course, the story goes, they made this one in response to having the larger one being a little too big, and then also because of that Ranger story where they had to fight on the ship, and so they couldn't sell the 5-inch version anymore. They had to make a smaller version to fit the requirements of the guy that changed the rules on the ships. So yeah, this is just a slightly smaller version of the 110, about 4 inches, I want to say. Isn't that about right? Yeah, about 4 inches close length. So 112, but I think, like Tom, I think I'm going to be sticking more to the vintage ones before we get into the modern ones, and I'm going to be getting more of the fixed blades, 119, such stuff like that. So that'll be something for the future. But go ahead, guys.
Okay.
That buck.
Can I show my $1?
Sure. Sure. We'll look at your $1.
This might be my only one, but it's a fantastic one.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Is this the 301, isn't it, Tom?
I can't tell if it's either the 301 or 303.
I think it's the 301. Let me just get my. It looks like 30D. No, I think it's 301.
Okay.
301. Then there's a dot and a reverse C. I'm not sure what that's
that
for.
would be the date stamp on it.
Yeah.
That's a dot with a reverse C.
But this knife, it's got all the blades are saber ground with a hollow ground on them, and they are as sturdy as you like. This is a fantastic knife. I really do love it. It's as sharp as a Dickens. Really nice knife. And I'll tell you what I like about this. This has got the spay blade in the opposite end.
Right.
You have on this one end, you just have the single blade. That is a fantastic little sheep's foot. Amazing. But the spay blade, which I really love, is just a super spay blade. I love that.
What's great about those, Patty, is Buck put when they started making them for themselves and switched from Camelus to making them themselves, they added the third spring to it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's heavier, more stout. and then they found that most people use the sheep's foot blade more than any other blade. So that's why they reversed it on the end and put it in the middle. And now you've got them two heavy springs in between that one blade.
Very good. Yeah, makes sense.
So, and if it's a reverse C with a dot in the middle, that means it was made in 2012.
Right. All right. I thought it was older than that, but it's in fantastic nick. This now, I have to say, it's lovely. The bloke who sold it to me really didn't cover up but it is really sturdy. I think that's the one thing I want to say. You get a lot of Stockmans here that are supposed to be a work knife, and I think the middle, once you get down to that middle size Stockman, there isn't a lot of grunt in it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
This is definitely something you could work with all day long.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, because I'll show another one. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'll show another one. I've got just American knives down here for a change tonight. It's my only Muskrat, and by gosh, it's another fantastic one. But it's from a company that I hear people making fun of a lot. Is it Parker Frost?
Oh, okay. The knives, yeah.
Well, by gosh, this is a fantastically well-made knife. Look at them brass liners.
Yep.
They are so thick. This is just a great knife. I would suggest you could cut all day with this as well. Beautiful knife. And again, that single spring up the center, but huge brass liners.
I think the thing with the Frost knives where people laugh at them and stuff is more like their big fantasy Bowie knives and stuff that you see Tobias shows a lot on Fun Knife Friday.
Oh,
those great big knives with all the skeletonized blades and all kinds of points and stuff going off them. I think that's and those are just fun knives, but I think a lot of their stuff was made in China and Pakistan, and they kind of were a precursor to even Rough Rider.
Well, that one's made in the USA now, isn't it? I'm sure.
I don't think so. I think that's
sure
all made overseas.
I'm sure it says USA now. It does. It says Parker Frost. You have the wings and then USA. That's why I bought it, because it was USA.
Yeah.
Because I collect the older USA models. In the back of it, it's got 1978, 78 to 77.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I would imagine Tobias would be the guy that actually would have all the information on this stuff, because he's a big Frost collector and Parker collector. I think they did have knives in the 70s that were either made for them, like by Camillus or Schrade, or whatever. But that they were out there doing their stuff. But
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Camillus.
Right, you'd have to check his.
I will do.
Right.
Well, that's lovely. There's a couple. Oh, here. While I'm on the screen,
sure.
I got my old timer Bruin.
Oh, finally, nice.
It came through this week. What a stunning knife!
Yeah, are those cool or what?
Nice.
I am absolutely taken with it. It is gorgeous in hand.
It is, and that's the one with the D2 steel, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
and for that price for D2 steel, that is a stunner.
Yeah, those are just a really great work knife. That's a definite EDC knife for sure.
This is the Heritage series. It's got 50th on the back, or is it the 50?
No,
it's a 50T.
It's 50T. Yeah.
With D2, but I'm over the moon with this. This is a keeper, definitely.
For sure.
Beautiful.
That's very nice, Patty.
That is beautiful.
That's one that's on my list. I have the Uncle Henry version of that, and I love that too. It's just a fantastic knife.
Well, this one's a backlog, and I believe they do one that's just a slip joint, so I'm going to hunt for it.
I actually have one. I'm going to show it on a video here pretty soon. But CB Tactical sent me that slip joint.
Right.
It's a little bit different than the other one, than the 5. I'll grab it here in a little bit.
Good.
Just remind me.
Bearhead, RJ.
Yeah, it's a bear head.
Yeah. Shows that's a bear head as well now.
Right. Let me go grab it real quick while we're talking about it, and I'll let Tom talk and show some wonderful stockmen there. It looks like.
Yeah. Are you gone yet, RJ? Can you hear me?
I'm gone. Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
Okay, now we can talk about RJ. Hey, public service announcement, everybody. RJ is so kind to have us all on here and to host this show, take his time to host it. Please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to RJ, please subscribe to him. Mimo, if you can, put a link up to RJ's store. RJ has some RJ's Knives merchandise for sale. If you could do that for us, please. Let's support RJ. And please support all of the other channels you see on here. We have the special guests on here today. And please go to their channels. They're both fantastic channels. And it's great to see them and have them on here today. What I'd like to show here is, well, this is probably my favorite Stockman. This is called the Buck Wrangler. And it's an extra large Stockman or a jumbo Stockman. And this is one that was actually made by Camillus. And you can tell it was made by Camillus because you can see the very long nail nick in it.
Yeah.
And it has a swedge just on the one side of that clip point. And that is a 3.5-inch clip point blade on a Stockman.
Oh, that's a lovely.
Yeah. And as Patty said, you can see the sheep's foot pivots out the same end as the clip point. So Buck on their later models did reverse that around. The Camillus made also had brass liners, where the Buck manufactured ones have steel liners. But you can even see here on this one, you can see that there's one liner, the one liner on the top, that brass liner is thicker than the one on the bottom. They added that in there to give it strength. So it didn't really matter who was, and these just had 2 springs to them.
Yeah.
But I always thought Buck made a very sturdy work knife. And I'm telling you, when you put this in your hand, you just get that feeling of, let's go to work. And I'll just kind of show, here's the standard 301. So you can see the difference in size there.
Yeah.
That big difference.
That clip point is gorgeous.
Isn't it? It really is. Let me fold it up and make it safe, or safer maybe.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
What's
So
the model number of that one, Tom?
this is the 307,
307. Okay.
the Wrangler. Of course, Velox handles. This one was made probably between 72 and 86, somewhere in there.
Never looks used at all.
No, this is new old stock. I was able to find. So yeah, just a gorgeous knife. Nice and heavy. I don't remember where we were talking, what video I was watching or live I was watching. We were talking about having a heavy knife in your hand. Yeah, this is a heavy knife and it feels secure in your hand. And that is one great clip point on it.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic. Okay, well, let me show you those. I grabbed those Uncle Henry's here real quick. So we'll look at those. All right, so here is the Uncle Henry version. It's the 5UH, so it's the same lockback, but this is with the new style Staglon handles. So same super nice thin lockback. Now the other one, I don't know what this is actually called or what the name of it is, because it has just a model number on it. So the model number is 1176195. But this is that slip joint version, and it's just a bare head slip joint. And I love how the blade is, it almost looks like it's longer than the handle, but it's an optical illusion. But this one is different because it has a show side on both sides. So it has a shield on both sides. I don't know.
definitely love that old stag rather than the new one. I think that is gorgeous.
And this is the old Staglon.
Yeah.
But this is just
You
a
think that's an error, RJ?
Sorry?
You think that that's an error, possibly?
It may be. I don't know. I've never seen a knife with a shield on both sides like that, so I don't know if it was an error or if it was let's get out of here. It's Friday at 4:30,
No, I think there was a few knives done that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's what that is. And then here is my buck canoe. I have the one with the wood covers.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just a really nice knife. Just another canoe pattern, but definitely a nice blade on it. And then the secondary blade also is there. So
Just
a fun little knife, but really big half moons.
Yeah.
So you can really get a hold of that. It's almost like a long pull in a nail nick had a baby.
Right.
It's funny. I like canoes as a pattern, but they're not something I carry, and I can't explain to you why I don't carry them. It's just not a knife brand that I carry.
I'm in the same club. I love them. I buy them. But I don't carry them as much as the other knives, but I really do like them. But I did have some news about Case, because people were talking about, Case not innovating, Case not using new steels. I just got an email the other day. They come out with a new series. It's buffalo horn handles or covers with S35 VN blades, and that's going to be in a Sodbuster Junior, a Trapper, a medium Stockman, the mini Trapper. The mini Trapper has the Warncliffe blade, by the way, for a secondary, not a spay, and then a back pocket knife. So those will probably be a little more expensive because they're using the buffalo horn handles, but they are doing something with some premium steel and in a bunch of popular patterns. So,
RJ?
Yes, sir.
I want to say the Sidebuster was 120, 119, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that seems about right. I imagine all these are going to be north of $100 or right around that.
I think I would buy the Sodbuster. That sounds like a nice knife. Tom, do you want a shilling for the meter, son?
What's that?
Do you want a shilling for the heating?
Yeah. I didn't gather up enough wood, buffalo chips, or corn cobs to heat my home this winter.
I thought it was cold where I lived.
This is an inside joke for Thrifty. He was giving me a hard time. He said, "It's time to change your shirt." And I've probably been wearing the same shirt on the lives.
Thank you.
Because it's my comfortable around the house warm shirt. So this is for you, Thrifty.
No, I thought you were drooling on it whenever he was showing the 135.
Well, it's that too. Speaking of Case knives,
You want to drool a little bit? There you go.
I got my first of the Ictus series in the 2023 knives. This is a smooth purple curly maple wood with the Ictus symbol on it. And just so everyone knows, I do have a collection of, this is about the 19th one now with the Ictus shield on it, different patterns, different cover materials. And this is the Slimline Trapper.
Yeah, I love the line.
Just very happy to get this. I've got the four-bladed Congress, which is the 2023 vault knife for this year. In this with the Ictus and the curly maple, and it's on back order. And then Mrs. Knife Delights ordered me a two-bladed Congress with the green apple bone, and it's on back order. But
for a slim clip point, that is beautiful.
Yes, Slimline Trapper.
What's the model number on that?
Oh goodness, I don't have it handy.
That's okay.
Let me see. What's the blade say here?
Okay.
71048.
Got it. That is a beautiful blade.
Yep. And of course, Terrell Snyder commissioned J.O. Ventures Outdoors, commissioned him to make me this nice slip. And they suggested that a slimline trapper would fit in it also. It was kind of molded for a toothpick. But look at that.
Wow.
No, that's
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Yep.
Well, I just want to know I'm in solidarity with you, Tom.
Hey, just 2 days ago it was -4 here, so
Well, there you go. It's not been any negative numbers, but we've had a ton of rain, which I'm glad about. All the mountains are covered with snow, so that's good. But I wanted to show this knife off. I didn't know if Boston had seen one of these. This is the original Buck Lights, the 426. And so this is a blast from the past, from the 80s. So I thought I'd show that off for you.
That is beautiful. I actually have a 422 Buck Light.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, has the scrimshaw. That's a beautiful knife. Beautiful. I love the Buck Lights.
Yeah, they are. They're really cool.
Yeah, the Buck Lights are really good knife.
Yeah, let me bring that up so we can see yours.
That looks lovely.
So this is
that's nice.
This is a 422 Buck Light, and you can see they call it, the scrimshaw with the it has the eagles on there and the trees, eagle here, one over there. Actually, I'm sorry, one eagle on, but the trees in the back.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful, beautiful knife from Buck. But this is the Buck Light. This is from 1987. Still great snap on it. Just really, really nice knife from Buck. This is the 422. That probably won't come in. The 422 Buck Light.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, mine's from 86, I believe.
86, yeah. Yep. They had it with the finger there. Just a nice knife from Buck. You actually can get a lot done. People don't realize. I'm just saying. I had people say, "Oh, is it still the same?" You can get a lot with a Buck Light.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you really can. You can get a lot done. They're still going strong. I've talked to people that are still using them that have had it since the 80s, and still going strong.
Yeah. Yep, I know mine is. So.
Yeah. This is the more current. And we know.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing that why I didn't buy one of the current ones is I really don't like the really large Buck billboard on the
Right.
plastic. That really kind of turned me off to it. But I like them, and now I'm probably gonna buy one. I'll probably just go ahead and bite the bullet and add one to the collection. But that was the only thing that turned me off. I just didn't like the looks of that.
You know what, RJ? I agree with you on that. I'm going to tell you, I really do. Me and Big J, we were talking about that last night on the live about billboarding, and I'm not a big fan of huge billboarding like that. I like something more simple. But yeah, I definitely can agree with you there. I added this thumb stud. This is just a quick stud, they call them.
Right. Yeah.
I agree with you on that. On the billboarding, I'm not a huge fan of the billboarding myself.
See, I would buy the one with a bigger billboard, to be honest with you. I quite like that. I think it Buck's something that sort of should stand out. To me, that just, for God's sake, Jesse James is in the house.
Toad, jump in there. Grab a knife, Toad. Don't be shy.
I was just gonna say that I also have a Buck Light. This is the Buck Light 2, and I don't know. You probably can't really see because it's like really, really dark. But it's got the holes in the frame here. Yes. And the tip is that's not the. I actually broke this tip off many years ago doing silly things. So I guess I'm kind of like Tom there for breaking tips off. But I kind of had reprofiled that. I've had this knife for like 20 years. Something like that. But it weighs like nothing, but it's really tiny, and it just slips in your fifth pocket like you'd forget you had it. Like this is the type of knife that you walk into an airport with and then get like jumped by the security guards because you forgot you had it on you.
I'll tell you what, that tip would be a hell of a good working tip now that you've filed it down. It's a much stronger tip.
Yeah, because it's almost like a modified.
Yeah.
It's almost like a modified sheep's point now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I kind of think about it. I also wanted to make mention of the Buck 110, or so this is the 112 Ranger Slim Select, and here in Canada, ours don't come with the thumb studs. So if you buy this at in Walmart in the United States or whatever, it'll come with the thumb studs. The ones sold at Canadian Tire do not have thumb studs. And it did come with a pocket clip, but I took the pocket clip off because I like to just carry this guy in the pocket because he's so lightweight and thin. He just slips into the pocket real easy. But yeah, you'll see there's no thumb studs on them.
Nice.
Great snap.
Yeah, it's got a good snap to it. Yeah.
Okay, I see you here, John.
Oh, you're muted again.
John, you're muted. Yeah. That's Tom's trick.
Yeah, my bad. Man, my lighting sucks in here, but
it does.
Thanks,
my lighting isn't much better.
Good God, not so close to the face.
That's a Buck Late too, as well, eh?
Yeah. Now I was just going to say that you see the logo there. I think this. I might be mistaken about this, and I haven't verified it, but I was told that if you buy it at Walmart, you get the larger logo. If you buy it elsewhere, you get the smaller logo. So
I had heard that same rumor too.
Yeah. So if you're opposed, then maybe just look for it elsewhere.
Yeah. Secondhand Paddy again. I like the cheap stuff.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to tell you, my budget likes the cheap stuff too. But let me show you something here, Dave, that I have. This is an older Buck Workman, and see, it has the holes in
the see that?
Yeah. So there was a whole series of knives like this, and Tom has all of them, from this little small one to the great big one that has the holes in it. But that was just something. This was back in the 90s, but this was a knife. I picked this up at a Granger store.
Yeah, I think that's when I got mine back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they must have all been built on Sundays because they're all holy knives.
Exactly. Or they're Swiss made, like the cheese.
Yeah, Swiss made. They partnered with Victorinox.
There you go.
I was going to show. It's funny. I'm not a lover of slim trappers, and I keep saying that, but I have one that I love that one that you had because I love the blade shape. But this is the one. I don't know where I've showed this before. This is a 1 of 30 made by Shatton Morgan.
Oh, nice.
And look at that wood on that. Isn't that just beautiful?
Yes, it is.
And I just think this is just a real lovely slim trapper. It's the only one I've got in my collection, to be honest, but I love it.
Yeah,
but I'm going to look for that Buck one, the slim one.
Yeah, that is nice. Okay, Rick. Remember, you can watch this back with a pen and a paper so you can write down all the knives for your wish list. That'll be good. Oh boy!
I'll tell you what, that beautiful 110 that John showed, the elk for stag. Oh my God, that's pretty. I would love to have one of those in my collection.
Yeah, no kidding. That's definitely another Grail item for me too. Is a knife or two from their custom shop. But I have to show this one because this is a knife that actually I got this through Tom because it happened on this live stream. But that's the 55.
I love it.
Yeah, these are just great. Exactly half the size of a 110. Perfect little pocket knife. Definitely something that I think everybody would enjoy. But just a perfect little fifth pocket knife. Just it's a fun blade, that's for sure.
I sold mine and I regret it every day since I sold it.
That little 55 is a great knife.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You can get a lot done with that little knife, actually.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So, Patty, if you want to negotiate offline, we can talk.
The trouble is when you say things like that, it costs more to send it over to this godforsaken country than it does to buy it here.
I wasn't going to ship it for free.
No, I didn't say that.
Good guy.
F true.
I'd at least be kind enough to pay for the shipping. Come on now.
Is there any other American-made brands like Buck that are now starting to make a comeback again? Is it just Buck that sort of? I know Case have always been going, but is any of the older brands that are American-made, are they starting to make in America again?
Well, I think some of the old Uncle Henry knives, aren't they starting to manufacture them back here in the U.S.?
Well,
some of the old timers.
Yeah. I've got one of them too.
It was Old Timer that did that, but Schrade, I think, is doing more of that. John has one of them right there, and so they made like 4 models that were made in America, and then the rest of them are still being made in China. So I don't know if they're going to transfer or any of that manufacturing over. Like OTIP says in the comments, Kershaw has an American line with their ZTs and stuff like that. But as far as them making, I don't know. Really, I'm trying to think of which ones. Go ahead. Did you want to talk, John? You're muted. I don't know if I can unmute you or not. I might be able to. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, I just was waiting for you. These are the generational series. They come with the bone handles and the.
Yeah.
These are American made. I think they made maybe 4 or 5 different patterns. This is one I'm going to be reviewing not too long from now. But the deal with it was they were made by Bear & Sons.
Right.
So the quality's not fantastic because I don't know, Bear & Sons, it's got a long way to go to get where they used to be. But they're okay. And I had the Stockman for a while and I wasn't happy with it. I sent it back. So we're going to take a look at this Trapper and see how good it is.
The trouble is with them, when I went to get the Bruin, John, they were 90 odd pound here over in the UK, which I thought was a bit on the high end for a Bear & Son.
Yeah. Well, they're not cheap here either. I think they're overpriced in my opinion, but I think they've come down a little bit in price since they first got released. So they might be a little more affordable now. Would you?
I suppose it's a bit like this.
I agree with you, John. I think they are a little bit on the high side for what you're getting. In fact, I only really have one of the generational knives, and that's that sharp finger. That was the thing. They have the bone handles, and they were in 1095 steel.
Right. I forgot to mention that. They're the carbon steel. Yeah.
And that was the thing. Yeah. And Terrell says the same thing I thought. The sharp finger is in perfect condition, but you can't really, screw that up too bad. I mean, unless they really mess it up. But yeah,
I've got, like, for example, I have the 2 Trappers here side by side, and they're calling this the same knife. They call it the Trapper's the 94 OT, right?
Right.
Now you look at that, and then you compare that to the Heritage Series one.
Right.
And they're not even similar in size. I mean, it's hard to see with the packaging there. See if I can get it lined up a little better. It's just not even the same knife.
Right.
So I don't know why they're even bothering to call that the same, but that's I don't know. Because Bear & Son, they didn't have the same tooling, so they just had to make whatever Trapper they could make.
Yeah.
It's more of a, I call that a small Trapper. So it's not even full-size Trapper. But the attempt to kind of gain people's notice for making the American stuff, I think that was the main impetus for the series.
Yeah, I agree. But the Queen knives, like it was mentioned in the chat, Stuart Gross said that the Queen knives are going to be made over in America again. I don't know who's going to be the OEM for that. And Rick mentioned Ontario knife. They're still being made in America, and they're still going strong. And Tom, is this Civil War, Tom?
Yes, sir.
There we go, reporting for duty.
See, I can be a soldier now.
I guess so.
That's
Well,
a cool hat.
you are in the great coastal state of Iowa.
That's right. Hey, Iowa does have a Coast Guard. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Sure
there
does.
you
Hey, so we saw the big 500 Duke, which is the largest size of the 500 series, and this is a buck 506, and it was first made or named the Lady Buck, and they didn't have very good sales on it because it sounded too feminine, I guess. So they renamed it the White Knight. And this knife is, well, it's the smallest knife in the 500 series. It is basically the same knife as the Knight, the 505 Knight. Now they do have one more model. I just looked it up. They do have a 507, and the 507 again it's the same knife as the Knight, except I think it had was it pearl? I think pearl inlays to it. So this is kind of a unique knife right here. This is a micarta, white micarta handle on it, or cover inlay. So the smallest of the 500 series that I know of. And all the 500 series, the 500, 501, 503, 505, they'll have this drop point blade.
It's a shame they had to rename that. I kind of like it, the Lady Buck.
Yeah, well,
It was
for whatever
the same-
reason it wouldn't sell, but so
Was it Lady Bug or Lady Buck?
Lady Buck.
Oh, Buck. Okay.
Yeah, spider coat on the ladybug,
I
and then
was gonna say,
because
the
it didn't
ladybug
sell
is the
too well,
spider
we went to the man bug.
It was a different time back in the 70s. You know, no macho man was going to carry something that said "lady" on it. Go ahead, Kev. You're up.
No, I just wanted to say I see North Star Knife Reviews was saying about Rosecraft blades, planning on making knives in the USA. I know that they're not an older company, but I just say Rosecraft is doing great things.
You're kind of breaking up a little there, Kev. Your audio, got real choppy.
Any better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. So North Star Knife Reviews was just basically saying how Rosecraft is planning on making their knives in the U.S., in the States. They out some nice stuff. This is the Appalachian Cap from Rosecraft Blades. It's just has the half stop on it.
Right.
Great snap. But yeah, Rosecraft is doing some really nice things.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I have my entire Rosecraft collection sitting right here next to me. All both of them.
I was curious on you guys' thoughts on Rosecraft blade.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I think the Rosecraft. Back. Wow, I feel like I'm in a Cher concert or something there.
Oh my goodness.
My God, he's having a costume change all the time. But
well, he's going to get one that fitted him. That is perfect.
Right.
I was showing up Lady Buck.
No, with Rosecraft, all those designers, that they have, I think are really great. And I used to watch Andy and Swags when they were doing stuff for SMKW, and now that they're doing their own thing, I thought that was fantastic that they started their own company. I've always kind of liked their designs. I've handled quite a few. I only own two. One is a modern and one's a slip joint. But here I'll bring it up real quick. But the quality that you get for these knives, I think, are fantastic. So here's the Clinch River swayback, just a fantastic knife, really strong pull. I love how the color on that bone is. The finger choil up here. I mean, this is just a fantastic modern knife. The only thing on this one is you do have to kind of be careful because you can get pinched here when you're closing it if you're not paying attention. Don't ask me how I know, but absolutely beautiful, beautiful knife. I love how they did the bone. And this is actually one of their seconds, that they had of these, and you can see this, the fit and finish and stuff is fine. They had a little crack by one of the pins and stuff, but definitely a great knife. The other one I have is the Mohawk, and I just love this knife. I love the harpoon shape of the blade. I love the colors of it, the materials that they used. The only thing on, the action on this is good. The only thing I had to do to this one is the pocket clip was super tight. So I took it off and, just give it a little bend so it'll fit on my jeans pocket.
Right.
How do I know what, Jeroen?
There's been quite a few people bashing them recently. I've noticed a few videos up on that very knife.
You know what? I haven't watched them, to tell you the truth, the ones that have bashed them, but I like this knife. I think it's a good knife. Like I said, the only thing that I had to do that I didn't like was the pocket clip. But everybody's going to have their own ideas, and your mileage is going to vary on different knives that you like or don't like.
Exactly. And Andy, when Andy worked for Smoky Mountain Knife Works, he done a lot of designing for the
Rough Riders and
the Rough Riders and the Rough Rider Reserve.
Yes,
about the first 9 were his designs. And the only thing that I've got against Andy's designs is when he goes into the double blades, he makes them too thick.
I agree with you on
single blade knives. I mean, I've got a couple of his single bladed ones are fantastic.
I agree with you. Now that was because they made a decision that I didn't necessarily agree with, was that each blade would have its own set of washers.
Yeah.
And that's what made it to be thicker. But the Hedgehog that they had, I thought was perfectly fine. That was the number 5. And that's an equal-ended jack. So it, has a blade on each side. So that one was fine. And then some of the designs, I got to tell you, like the bar back knife.
I couldn't understand that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think some stuff looks better on paper than it does maybe on maybe in hand. But yeah, I thought they should definitely try them out in hand before they went to sell them. But I don't know. I guess maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
It's one of those things. At least they're trying. They're trying their really best. They're giving it plenty of promotion. Good luck to them.
Yes, absolutely. And they are going to move their production to the U.S. eventually. Go ahead, John. You're up. And you're muted.
Oh, that's the same one, isn't it?
That's the Appalachian Jack. Let me see if I can unmute him. I can't unmute him. So you're muted.
I just was going to show Kevin the Appalachian Jack 2. Pretty happy with it. I thought when I initially got it that maybe the little pry was going to be annoying or whatever, but it really is pretty tame. It's not a big deal.
Right. I agree.
I mean, I could see it being useful at times, so it's nice to have that on there.
Yeah, it is. I like that they did that.
I don't know why the camera's not focusing close today, but anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
Tip, let me address this comment. He want to know where you get the seconds from Rosecraft. And Rosecraft, if you're on their mailing list and you get their emails and stuff, they do list when they have seconds and stuff, and they're really not that much cheaper. They knock about $5 off, So if they do have seconds, then you can look at them and they'll tell you what their issues are if they have a crack or something like that. But yeah, Tom, you need to take a screenshot of that. They're asking you to take a screenshot for your 5,000 subscriber.
Well, you see, I have an ulterior motive. Okay, I've got a knife channel. I got a fledgling history channel. That's not enough. I'm going to start a fashion channel. So
Well,
I'm just
you are
okay.
You are there, my friend. You are there.
Okay.
I'm subscribing.
It's 2023. We can't judge.
This is for Byron. He asked that I put it back on. So
Okay.
Byron, just so you know, you'll have to fight TK for my affections. So just so you know. Anyway, so this is the you were showing your buck lights before from the 90s. This
Yes,
is
sir.
the largest of the buck light series, and this is called the Goliath. So
don't make him get his earrings, Grugs.
Oh, he may as well go the whole hog now.
I know what we're getting you for Christmas. We're going to send you a starter makeup kit.
Toad, Boston, I get no respect whatsoever. I tell you.
Is it strange? I'm vaguely excited.
Oh no! I'm glad you're all the way across the chuck.
Is that not a manly thing?
You won't be for long, Tom.
That Goliath, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that's the. Let me look up the model. I think it's the 493.
Wow, that's a me. I didn't
Oh
even.
no, I'm sorry. It's the 446. 446.
Huh.
So yeah, it's a
Beautiful.
it's a full size knife.
Goliath.
Pete says pretty soon we'll be having drag shows in here.
Well, if you guys insist.
You should come to the after show party.
Jump in there, Toad.
Yeah, somebody says Crispy says his granddaughter's crying with giggles right now.
Good. That's what it's all about. Let's have fun.
Absolutely. Oh. Byron says friends don't let friends pay friends goes with that thumbnail, Tom.
Yeah, Toad or Boston, do either one of you have a knife with a really big spay blade on it? Patty just goes, he just goes bonkers over big spay blades. And don't
Sadly,
ask why.
no.
You don't want to know why.
I unfortunately don't own a single knife with a spay blade, and I do apologize that I'm not part of that club yet, but I am working on it. I said earlier there, I'm planning on getting a trapper by Case. It's on my wish list right now, and
sure, that's a good knife. There you go.
Kind of like this one.
Yeah, like very similar to that. Also, the one that I've got, I'm looking at has the curly maple. It's purple. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's also a green one too that's pretty as well. So
there's your nice clip point. This knife, this is one with the carbon steel blades, and I'm still carrying it every day since I got it. I really have become quite boring in my EDC, but I like it. Everybody's reaching for their spay blades now.
I can't find my big spay. Knife
I
is
don't have
over.
like I said, I don't have a spay blade, but I did want to just quickly mention something from earlier on. We were talking about American companies that are back producing knives in the United States. This is the Gerber shark belly. And Gerber is starting to produce knives in the United States again. So this one right on the blade says "Made in USA, Portland, Oregon," and this is a fairly inexpensive knife too. So it's very budget friendly to get an American-made Gerber knife. So
it's a nice little blade on that.
I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a modified sheep's foot. And what's really weird about this thing is it's a lockback, but it has a half stop.
Oh wow!
And I don't have any lockback knives that have a half stop. That's kind of weird. But I think it's cool. It's very lightweight too. Very, it weighs like nothing.
Singing Toad. What's the name of that knife?
Pardon me?
What was the name of that knife?
The Gerber shark belly.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I don't remember where I got this thing from, to tell you the truth, but I remember seeing it reviewed on, I think it was Gideon Tactical. I think it was his channel.
Yeah.
He did a review of this knife, and I thought, I got to get me one of those. And then I can't remember if I bought it at Walmart or if I got it off Amazon. I don't remember where I got this from. But it wasn't terribly expensive, even paying the Canada tax.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. Tom, I got a cup of tea from the wife.
Oh yeah, make sure you let Tom know that, Stephen, that his wife just brought him a cup of Tom.
Yeah, I noticed he doesn't even have to ring a bell or anything.
Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, John, unmute yourself this time. Let's try that.
And I had to mute myself that time, or I'd be cracking up the whole time. I didn't know Mr. Snake Oil Salesman was going to arrive into the chat.
Oh boy.
I wanted just to talk a little bit about this instead of spade blades, if we could change the topic.
Sure.
The old timers are coming out with these new shields on their knives now. So if you're a big fan of the old style with the cigar shaped shield, they're going away. So just a little heads up for anybody who's a fan of these, or maybe is interested in how they get dated later on when we find out that 2023 was the year that these hexagon shields started showing up on the standards type knives.
Yeah, it's on the Heritage as well.
Yeah.
They started out there, but now they're going, on everything. So that cigar shaped shield's going away.
I don't know why you don't like to talk about spade blades, John. We have a ball with that subject.
I know it. I mean, I bought you one with a razor, and you talked about it for 12 seconds. So now we're back to spade blades.
That's a spade blade.
Let's see. You got your peanut butter spreader there, Stephen?
Yep, best spade blade in the world.
Let me bring you up.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's a spade blade. Now that is the most useful spade blade. Absolutely love it. The Remington bullet. What a beautiful big knife.
Very nice.
You get baton wood with that.
I agree, Byron. He says that the modern modified reverse tanto blade is basically a modern spade blade, and I agree with that. Take a look at a 940 from Benchmade and tell me that's not a spade blade. I think you could agree with that, right, Stephen?
No, it's not a spade blade at all. Okay. That is nothing like that. That is not a spade blade.
It kind of looks like one to me, but
nope. All right.
Bring the elephant in. Stephen's ready. Oh boy.
Oh, this could be the first fight on the channel.
Oh no, not that.
Is that a hook bill there?
Yeah. Christopher Critters asked the question of the panel, what's your favorite hawk bill? This is a hawk bill, and it's on a Holub, HOLUB, electrician's knife. And Holub was out of Sycamore, Illinois. Now, I don't know. I doubt they manufactured this knife. I'm sure they had someone like Camillus make it for them. But, an electrician's knife with a hawk bill.
That is nice.
To me, that's a gardener's knife.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't. That blade, sorry, the hook blade is, I can't see any other use than gardening, really.
Well, I can see how they would want a hawk bill for, ripping through heavy wire, splicing through the wire. I could see where a hawk bill would be handy on it.
For them guys who lay carpet use hawk bill knives.
Yeah. Yes, they do. Yeah.
So I have an uncle that's a carpet installer, and he uses a hawk bill knife for carpet.
Oh, and John's got one ready.
Oh wow, look at that one.
Yeah, so there's my favorite hawk bill, Uncle Henry. And you've heard of clasp knives before. right?
Yeah.
And this is the most useless nail nick in all of the history of knives. But my wife actually bought this for me 2 years ago for Christmas, and I was never a Hawkbill fan, much like you, Stephen. But you know, when your wife buys you something, you don't sell it or give it away. Right. You tell her it's the most fabulous knife ever.
Oh yeah, you love it.
And I do love
that
it.
one's special now. I have to say that one's really, really lovely.
Yeah.
So I'm calling it a Hawkbill's misleading. It should be called the Toucan Bill.
That might be closer to the truth. Yeah, it's got a pronounced bill on there for sure. But yeah, that's just that's for Crispy Critter there. He wanted to see that. And that does not fit in the pocket well, I will tell you.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, that one there's not even a good pouch for that. You know, so I was never a big fan of the Hawkbill style myself either. I have one that's on a electrician's knife, but that's really about it.
I do have one down in the basement, a folding Hawkbill knife, like what Patty would say, more for like a gardening type knife.
Yeah.
I don't have it handy here.
Well, here's going to completely break the conversation. Has anybody, by the way, I must say, lovely sheath I've got for this. It goes on my belt. So, but has anybody tried these yet? The Nipex? What a fantastic little pair of pliers they are.
I carry them every day, Patty, in my tool bag. Yes.
This is the first one I've got. It's a wee tiny one, which is all I really need. But it's a super little thing.
Those water pump pliers are probably the best pliers that you can get right now. I have the 7-inch model that I carry every day in my tool bag.
Yeah, I think this is just 5-inch, but it's absolutely fantastic.
Yep, I'd go get it, but it's out in my work truck.
I'm sorry. What was the? I was having a hard time. Am I clear on you?
Yep, you are now.
Yeah.
Okay. Maker of that, Patty? Who's the maker of that?
Knipex. I'm just going to get the right. It's Knipex. Knipex. And this is just a 5-inch version with a belt sheath that I had in my collection. And it's a smashing little tool to carry.
Yeah.
Or put it in the pack.
Yeah.
It's when I don't want to carry my big heavy Leathermans. I just take that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And you see, if you're going to have a campfire or something, if you're going to just gone out for a dander in the woods, I would take a wee stove sometimes. And it's great for lifting your can off the stove.
Did you find what you're looking for, Tom?
Just have a little closer look at Patty there.
Oh, you're making fun of my PP.
I thought you were looking through your magic mirror to see the audience.
I see Billy and Tommy and
no, Patty, I'm in unison with you. I keep this on my desk too.
Glasses are all right, but they're nothing like the real thing.
Yeah.
My eyes aren't as good as they once were as well. So I'm with you.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan of leather, right? But
I'm me.
They make multi-tools, that company?
No.
No,
they're a regular tool company, similar. You know, they I think they mostly specialize in the pliers and stuff. But,
okay.
A good place to look for them online is KC Tool.
Yeah.
They have a lot of the European tools, so you'll have a good selection of like the Weehaw screwdrivers and the Knipex pliers and the Wera screwdrivers and their tools and all kinds of German and different types of tools. So yeah, because all the machines I work on are built over in Europe, so I use like all metric tools and all specialty fasteners and stuff like that. So I'm always going there for bits and stuff like that, because you guys were talking about the Weehaw screwdrivers yesterday. I've been using those since the 90s. I love those. That's probably my favorite screwdrivers, and their bits are absolutely hard wearing, good bits for screwdrivers and stuff. So,
and if you ever want to torque something, you see this little Weehaw stubby. It has about 6 blades on it. It's amazing.
Yep. Here, I'll let you.
Do you know the way when you get a screw that's stuck and you're frightened of putting pressure on your nice fancy tool?
Yeah.
This is just amazing for unscrewing anything. It's super. And you have 6 blades in or 6 tools in the back of it as well. All Weha bits.
Right.
That's made by Boker. But yeah, I just got the Leatherman 3000 series, the big the black one, which is absolutely super. It's a beast of a one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Leatherman as well. Leatherman carry.
Yeah.
For the job that big fan. Looks, I think that Singing Toad was showing a Leatherman up there as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got the Charge TTI. Carry it every day.
Yep. Yeah, it's great multi tools.
Yeah, it's got the S30 blade in it too, so it holds an edge for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, you could actually carry that as your main knife, couldn't you?
You could actually. It's one-handed opening and closing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there are times where I've had to, take my pocket knife out and leave it in the car, but just walk into a place with a multi-tool on, no one bats an eye.
Yeah. That's right.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You had something you wanted to show there, Tom?
Well, just real quick, I just wanted to show Toad. I've never seen another. This is a midlock knife. I've never seen another one until I seen yours, but this has like a 1/3 stop in it.
Is that a cold steel?
Yes.
It's a cold steel. It's one of the original Voyager models.
There you go.
It's the medium Voyager, which, for cold steel, medium means small.
Yeah.
They don't make this one anymore.
Lynn
But,
Thompson's not a small guy.
Yeah, look, it's got like a 1/3 stop in it. So I thought that was interesting. It's the first knife I've come across that has anything like that.
I don't know too many mid-stop lockbacks. It's sort of odd when you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same knife and it has the same stop.
Imagine that, RJ.
I know.
What, they don't come all different?
Nope. They don't. It's almost like they're in a factory or something.
Oh,
was yours made in Japan?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. That's where they first started manufacturing, Japan,
Right.
then Taiwan, then China, I think. So
Yeah.
here's another shred. If anybody wants to see a fancy shred,
Yeah.
this is a lovely knife made in America with the lovely upside down with the it isn't the owl on it. Beautiful bit of scrimshaw.
Yeah, that's nice.
Gorgeous Barlow. Look at that. Look at this. The bolster on that Barlow is not just beautiful. I'll take this out of the way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know what you paid for that, Patty, but I just saw a similar knife go for about 140 on eBay. I was watching.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I didn't pay anywhere near that, but I was very fortunate. It's just a stunning knife. And I'm saying that, and I don't know what I paid for it, but it wouldn't have been anywhere near that.
Right.
It was just beautiful. I don't think I knew what I had until I got it.
Yeah.
Which is the best way to get it. And it's actually got a wee.
If I remember right, you couldn't figure out what the scrimshaw was of for a minute there.
Yeah, it's an owl sitting on a branch, but it is quite. Even when I was looking at it with my naked eyes, it took me a while to guess it. And I've got another one here. This is a German one with the same, a different shield. But this is a rare knife. It says tobacco on it.
Oh, nice.
But it's got the thigh pants opener.
Right.
But just beautiful. I love it when they do bolsters this fancy.
Yeah, that is. That's really cool.
That's it.
Oh, that's a good question, Matt. He has a question for the panel. What's your favorite old timer or Uncle Henry knife? I think be pretty good. Well, for me, I still really like the Bruin or the 5UH 50T for a folder and the sharp finger for the fixed blade.
I was going to say probably the sharp finger. Yeah.
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 So I figure I could have two since I'm the host.
Fair enough.
There we go. What do you got there, Kev?
Well, just talking about the old timer, the old timer, the middleman is a
Oh yes,
Yeah.
awesome
Yeah.
Stockman.
It really is this year.
There's so many good ones. It's hard to pick.
That's it. That's exactly it. But yeah, I really like that. I really like the Stockman that old timer does. We've all seen it.
Yep. I have multiples of those. I have multiples of the 94 OTs, and yeah, I do have quite a few of the old timers. Yeah, I know that Thrifty does too.
Yeah. Actually, just recently picked up one that's pretty cool. I don't know that they don't make this in the Chinese style. They don't. Well, it was an American one that I don't think that they've recreated. But it's the 89 OT. And
okay.
the name escapes me, but it's the one with the serrated sheep's foot blade. Can you see that, guys?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I can quickly look it up, but I'll have to type in a few things. There's a name specifically for this one.
Yeah, that is lovely. I'd seen one of them on Etsy and I missed it by just seconds.
Yeah, I know that it's the 89 OT. I can't remember the nickname for it.
I don't think I've ever seen a serrated sheep's foot before.
That's definitely different.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called the Blazer. There you go. Yeah, the Blazer.
If you like the middleman, there's another wee one too. That's a two-bladed middleman.
Yeah, I think this is the same size as the Senior, and then they just put that serrated sheep foot on there.
Uh-huh.
But
Great knife.
yeah, 34 OT. That's pretty much a standard, right? That's a classic.
Yeah.
And I don't have them in front of me, but the other ones I answered for Matt were the Lumberjack, the large Stockman. I think that's the largest one they make. And the Stockman, I think it's like over 4 inches, 4.5 maybe. And then the Bruin, of course, and then the Land Shark. The Land Shark I like because it's just so unique. It's not like anything else they make.
Yeah.
Single bladed with the easy open cutout.
Yeah, that's really unique because I don't think there's any other maker that makes anything like that.
I've not seen anything like that anywhere.
Pretty unique. Yeah. Okay, let's see what you got there, Tom.
This is a Schrade 108 OT. Called the Junior.
Yes.
And I got this in an antique store. It's still one of the USA made ones. And then I do have, this is the Middleman Jack. Again, I got in an antique store, USA made. What is it, the 33 OT? Yeah. So I do have a couple of nice of the older old timers there.
Yeah. Those are nice.
Those look brand new.
What's that?
They look brand new.
Yeah, they're in pretty good shape. This one has some wear on that pen blade. You can see it's been sharpened down some. But on this little Junior, yeah, it's got a few blemishes on the blade, some patina in that, but it wasn't used very much. It is missing one of the little, whoops, that was the wrong side. One of the little pins right there, but that's no big deal. I've carried and used this knife. It's a handy little knife.
Yeah. And JB, I definitely got that reference. All right, here we go. Singing Toad.
I was going to say that this is really the only traditional knife that I actually have. This is the Groman Slimline is what I believe they call that. And it's just a single-bladed slip joint knife with the rosewood.
Yeah, that's
bolsters
nice.
Here. That's it's the only one I got, unfortunately. Eventually, I'm going to get some more classics, classic designs in my collection, but that's my starting point. So,
yeah, you see, if you're going to start doing it, go in the secondary market and buy the older versions of what's modern now, because they're exactly the same, and it's cheaper than trying to catch up and buy so many for a channel. It's too expensive.
oh yeah,
If it's not your passion. I would say that to anybody, go back and get the old. Like I buy these ones all the time that are inexpensive.
Dave, how expensive is the Groman there? Is it like a $60 knife?
I guess I'd work out to about $60 US. It was about $79.99 Canadian.
Okay,
so about $80 Canadian. So
I might have to work a deal with you where we trade a Groman for something then.
It's a possibility. I guess some people have a hard time getting them shipped to the United States because I've had some people reach out to me and say I can't get them down here.
I've been looking at them for a long time. They look very similar to some of the bucks. So
yeah, they do have some similar designs. The particular one I just showed you was like a more of a clip point style blade, but their other designs have more of a leaf shaped blade, which is more indicative of their fixed blade model.
Yeah.
Their small belt knife, the folding one, is absolutely super.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just all it is. It's the regular fixed blade, just it folds in half.
Yeah.
Essentially all it is. Yeah.
Oh, you got a question, Dave. They want to know what's that neck knife that you have on. Let me.
Oh,
you could show that. You finally noticed.
This here is the CRKT Minimalist, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up there, but it is the. It's got this like sea monster on it, the Cthulhu or Chihulu. I'm not sure how you pronounce that exactly, but yeah, and it glows in the dark too. This material here glows. So,
it's got the upgraded blade on it too. It's CR13.
Yeah, I think this is 8 CR13. I believe is what the
that's
material
upgraded. It used to be 5 CR, the older ones.
Yeah, it's it came out of the box wicked sharp too, which surprised me because a lot of times knife manufacturers, especially ones coming out of China, tend to have not so sharp knife blades from the factory, but this thing I almost cut myself when I took it out. I was like, wow, that thing's really sharp.
Here's one of my favorite Uncle Bucks.
The Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at that baby.
There you go.
That is. Do you see if you've got a pair of shorts on, or you just want to put something in your fifth pocket? This is, it's only a toady little thing, but you've got 3 blades, and it's just a gorgeous little carry.
Is that the 807? The little one?
I'll pass on that. There wasn't a number on it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there was. I had my magnifying glass there, but let me just double check. Oh, there is. Yes, it is the 807. You're right, sir.
Wow.
The 807 UH, USA made.
Yeah, I think that's just a fantastic little Stockman. I totally agree with you. And that's one of the things that I think Old Timer and Uncle Henry do right is that little small Stockman.
Yeah.
And they do them so good. I really can't recommend them enough.
I have this wee one sharpened, and it really is. It's like we having 3 razor blades on you.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Uncle Buck uses a hatchet, not a knife.
But that Bruin has got me as well. The Heritage Bruin is just a superb knife. Fit and finish, I have to say. I'm so impressed.
It's true.
At an antique store the other day, about a week or 2 weeks ago, in response to you, Patty. I don't mean to change, but the Barlow, that's something that I've been getting. The Barlow design is something I've been getting more lately. This is a K-bar. This is a K-bar 1013, and I love this thing. It's a great knife. Has half stops, but the Barlow design is just a great design that I've been trying to get more. I want to get some more Barlow designs.
that's just a classic. It is really just the saw cut, even on the plastic, looks fantastic.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I do. I want to, it's something I want to try to start picking up a few more Barlows, Barlow design knives. They're beautiful knives.
Try getting the single blade ones as well. I really like the single blade ones for the comfort in the hands.
Okay. Yeah.
But that is stunning.
Yeah. The
Stunning.
013. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to carry it. I'm thinking about carrying it, and why not, right?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much you'll not miss having another knife.
I'm sure.
And it's the same with all these knives we're talking about. The older patterns, but their blade steel is, it's usually very, very thin stock, so it'll cut cardboard even when it's blunt.
Yep. Yeah.
Just by the way, Buck did make a Barlow at one point. I think they're pretty rare. I don't have one. I think they're pretty rare and hard to find, though.
Never seen one. I have to say, I'd be, someone I like Barlows now. I do like a Barlow.
I've only got a couple of them, but it is a great pattern.
I'd love to get my hand on Buck Barlow. I haven't seen one.
No,
I haven't seen. I think I've seen one on eBay.
Okay,
is that the little Rough Rider Barlow?
I'm naming and shaming Patty for this one because I saw the Rough Rider brand on his channel first, like well over a year ago, and he said, these are dandy little knife and they're not terribly expensive, and he's 100% right. This thing was like $30, which probably sounds expensive to you guys, but for Canada money, that's pretty cheap. So yeah, I got this shipped, and with taxes and everything, it was just over $30 coming from Vancouver. So this is the Rough Rider Barlow that I have.
That's in carbon steel, that one too, isn't
yes, it is. And the blade's developing a nice little patina on it too.
Yeah.
And the camera's probably not going to show it all that well. But yeah, you can just see that bit of a discoloration at the top there. Yeah. And again, this one was razor sharp out of the box as well. So, stuff coming out of China these days is getting a lot better. When I was 10, 20 years ago, I wouldn't buy a knife made in China, but now they're making good stuff,
Yeah. I pay about the same price over here in Ireland. If you want some sympathy, it's definitely dearer over here than the States. But I think Rough Rider are worth that extra cost.
Yeah. Yep, I should have pulled out more Barlows for you, Kevin. Maybe I'll grab some while Thrifty's on. You're muted again, John.
Yeah, I got to run here in a minute, RJ. So I just wanted to show this before I go. This is my latest case acquisition. This is the gun stock and the 130 pattern, I think it is. And it's a little unusual. I don't know that I was disappointed, but I was a little surprised by the blade size for the handle length.
Yeah.
You got a pretty decent size handles, about 3 3/4. But then when you pull the blades out,
it's a spear, isn't it?
They're not real large.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's as if somebody sharpened it halfway before they give it to you.
it looks like yeah. So
spent a little too much time on the belt grinder.
It may not be one I buy more of, but good to have the one that I do.
It is attractive though. I have to say I do like it.
Yeah.
It just looks a wee bit weird at the folding point.
Yeah. And then of course the pin blade.
I really
get a large tang on that.
Wow, that is a big tang for the small blade, isn't it?
Yeah.
It almost looks like you've sharpened away half the blade.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what both blades look like.
Yeah.
One of those E-Bell. I call them vampire knives because they look like little vampire blades when you fingernail by the time they get done with. But yeah, it was a little bit of a disappointment, but I do like the handle shape.
Yeah,
shape's great.
It's nice.
That's really
but
cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to buy another one, but I'm glad I have this one, and I'll just move on to whatever's next. But I got to run, and it's very, very nice to meet you two,
Likewise.
Dave and Kevin.
Very nice meeting you.
And of course, always good seeing you, Tom and RJ, Patty.
Thank you, John, for being on here.
Take care, John.
we'll see you guys. Thanks everyone in chat too. Really appreciate it.
Take good
some
care.
really good questions this week. So I'll be looking forward to go back through the replay and see what I missed. I'm sure I missed something.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you guys, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
Sounds
Bye.
good.
Yeah.
I'm not long behind him. I have to say, I'm going to have to go very shortly.
Okay. Well, whenever you need to go, Stephen, you're
Uh-huh.
free to go.
We don't want to push you out the door, Stephen, but the door is open. So.
Oh my goodness. Tom,
Don't let it hit your horse in the way out.
you're not supposed to say that part out loud.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
I'm
let me-
going now. I'm
Tough
going to have
crowd.
it so.
well,
How do I get out again?
I have that Barlow that you gifted me, Stephen.
Yeah, they're a lovely Barlow.
Yeah, the Taylor's Eyewitness. You got to get one of these, Kevin. These are absolutely just a fantastic knife here. This is the Sheffield steel and everything. I mean, just a fantastic work knife. I have a couple others too that I can show real quick. And this isn't even all of them. These are just the ones I could grab quickly. But here's the Rough Rider Reserve. They had this one. It's got the D2, the spear point blade. This is definitely one. If you are only going to get one of the Rough Rider Reserves, you might want to grab one of these because
Okay.
they're just a fantastic knife.
Great looking knife as well.
Yeah.
Cheerio, folks. I'm going to have to go.
All right, Stephen. Have a good one.
Nice meeting you both and everybody in the chat. Thank you.
Likewise, Patty.
Take
It's nice
care,
to meet you.
Patty.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
And then this is just one of the regular Rough Rider line, but I liked how they did this, stag. This one has two blades, so it's a little bit thicker, but it's got the little small pen blade with it.
Oh yeah. I don't have any Rough Riders. Let me ask you, what would that type of Rough Rider?
Less than $20.
Really? Okay. Okay.
And then here is one that instead of having the clip point, this is another Rough Rider. This has the little easy open razor.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the pen blade on it as well.
They make knives.
But it's got a longer pen blade on it.
I like.
It's pretty cool. It's got the long nail nick.
Yeah, I've been looking into Rough Rider a little bit, not too much, but I've been thinking about looking into it. Now I'm definitely gonna, especially with the Barlow.
Yeah, it's a great place to get different Barlows in different traditional patterns.
Sure.
Rough Rider is a great gateway drug because once you start buying them, you'll start buying more and more, and you'll explore the different patterns, and you'll try different things, and it will, if you're interested in it, like if you find, like say a Barlow like this, then you're going to start looking at the more expensive Barlows. You might look for a case Barlow or a GEC or one of the ones that are made over in England and stuff. So you can see some different types. It helps you to explore and know a pattern, and you can work with one, in your EDC. If as a Rough Rider, and you can say, well, I really like this kind, I don't like this kind, or I prefer this blade shape or whatever. And you can.
Right. What was the first maker company?
This one is the Taylor's Eyewitness brand. Yeah, Eyewitness brand. Yeah. So, and you can go down the rabbit hole on these because they got all kinds. This is the basic model, but they have all kinds of different cover materials. And it can just go on and on and on.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely going to be looking into. Rough Rider, and that one by Taylor, Eyewitness is beautiful.
Yeah. Definitely, get one of those. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's not wrong about starting with Rough Rider because I got a Rough Rider Barlow and now I'm looking at case knives and other things. So
That's how it starts.
the gateway drug, it's got me someone doing it.
Like,
That's how it starts. Yeah,
the gateway drug.
it is.
I did want to ask you guys a question though, because I've got a couple of buck knives that I don't know if they're available in the United States or not because I've heard different things. This one is called the Matrix.
Oh, beautiful knife.
And I know that this was I got this one on clearance actually from Canadian Tire, which is just like a big box store here in Canada, maybe like Sears or something down there in the States. But it has you know, a liner lock. Now it didn't come with a thumb stud. I added this quick stud, but it does have a deep carry pocket clip, and it has aluminum handles. So it is a very you know, nice knife, very budget friendly. But I would have preferred it came with thumb studs. It just didn't. But you know, you can go on Amazon and get these quick studs. They're super cheap. You can get like a 10 pack for like, you know, $15-20. They're not terribly expensive.
Right.
But I've got a few of these on some of my knives here. The other one I want to show is the 311 Kingsman. And again, this is another knife I got from Canadian Tire, and I've been told that they're not available in the States. I don't know if that's true or not. But this also is a liner lock.
Yeah, I don't know if they have them here. It's
No.
not one I've really looked for. Do you know, Tom?
The first one I know is not. It's Canadian Tire exclusive. I do have one. I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, the Matrix.
The Matrix, and
The
I
Matrix
also have the
Matrix. Yeah, Matrix. That's what Matrix is a Spyderco knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matrix,
I also have that and the Durham, and I'm looking for them right now. The only reason I have them is because Stuart Harvey sent me one of
very
each.
nice.
So hang on, let me look for them here.
Yeah.
No worries.
I have those singing tool, but they look very nice. I just have them here.
So you have them there in Boston?
No, I haven't seen them.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Unfortunately, no, I have not seen them here, but they look nice. What was the name of the second one that you showed?
Hold on, I have a brand new one unopened in the box right here. I've got the name right here. I can show you. So, where's it here? This side. 311 Kingsman.
Kingsman. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Got it.
I'm actually giving this away on my channel when I get to 500 subscribers.
Awesome.
But yeah, I just didn't know because, you know, you read things, you never know for sure. It's always nice to talk to people who actually live there in the country that, you know, you hear things about and can tell you, yeah, I've seen that, or no, absolutely not.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Right.
Okay, Tom, here you go.
So this is the 253 Durham, and it's another Canadian Tire exclusive, not available here in the U.S. that I found. And again, this was a gift from Stuart Harvey. So this reminds me of the, what is that? That CRKT
The executive, yeah.
Yeah, the executive, yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's very thin, very slim.
It has access here. It's it's a liner lock, but it's also, it opens with a thumbnail, or you can like that. But then with this cutout here, when you go to close it, got real easy access to the liner lock. So that's the 253 Durham. And then, of course, I'll get my Matrix out here.
Yep, we'll see you later, Pete.
Take care, Pete.
See you, Pete.
And here's the Matrix.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, you see yours doesn't have the thumb studs either. Yeah, so
No.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Very nice. Very nice knife. I think Stuart referred to it as the Buck 212 of Canada.
Buck 212.
Does it? I mean 112, not
Yeah.
212. The 112. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I can see. It's got that nice clip point blade to it.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it's similar.
So it's a very nice knife. Yep.
And it feels solid in the hand too. Like
It does.
it's not super light. I mean, it's light enough,
No.
but not super light. You know.
Yeah, it's got those nice anodized aluminum handles. Yep. So
Speaking about
Yeah,
anodized aluminum, do you got the Spitfire?
I do. I'll have to get them dug out here. Go ahead, RJ. I'll
Yep,
dig out my
I got
Spitfires
mine
here.
handy. I have one handy.
Spitfire I have will be.
For just such emergencies. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Boston's
Show your
got one.
Spitfires.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hey, there you go.
A squadron of Spitfires is coming in.
Spitfire.
There you go.
What is the Spitfire? Right.
That's the same. Close enough.
Is it
I'll allow it.
Spitfire? I don't know. I thought it was.
Well, I won't get mine out because mine are basically the same. I have the regular Spitfire in the gray,
right.
and I have the mini Spitfire in the green, like you have, Toad. So.
Okay, Mike. We'll see you later.
See you, Mike.
Bye. You want to come say hi, Boo?
I think the Spitfire is a great little.
Hey, you want to say hi? He keeps rubbing against my legs down here. He wants attention, so.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been having my dogs are here wanting the same. So
every time I turn the camera on when I start filming, because I usually film at night,
right.
when my boys are asleep and whatnot, and the house is quiet. He'll right away find something, start batting it around the floor, or he just start making noise, rustling in plastic. It's like he just knows.
Yeah, it's true. Also, okay. Now Boston's pulling out the heavy hitters.
Oh, what's he got there?
Look at that.
I want one of those.
Is that a 112?
So this is a 112. Yeah, one of the show. This is a great. I did a video on this one. This is a great EDC knife.
This is micarta.
This is micarta. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you, Byron. He's saying bye to all the guys and dolls. And by dolls, he means you, Tom.
Oh! But I don't quite understand. Can you explain it
I
to
know
me?
it's confusing.
I like that micarta though. That's really pretty.
I do. I like those a lot. That one's definitely on my my wish list.
I will say if you like the 112, I love 12. I prefer it over the 110. That handle where it curves right here, the 110 doesn't. It's just, I mean, the 3 blade is a little better for I like it better, but this one here, the Pro, is a great EDC. Very, really, really good everyday carry. It's not heavy. That micarta is just, it comes in the S30V blade steel. Deep carry pocket clip. Just a fantastic. The Buck 112 Sport Pro is a real good one.
Yeah.
Very easy opening tools. It has
did that one? That's still in the 420 HC.
No. So this one comes in the S30V.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, so
you get the upgraded steel. You get the nice upgraded handle materials and stuff. It's a nice knife. That's nice.
They've actually been doing that a lot. Here's another. This is a Buck 110 TRX Slim Pro.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing that in the S30V as well. They've been using a lot of S30V. S30. They did the S45V onset, but a lot of S35, S30V. They've been using currently.
We'll see you later, Jerome. Yeah, that's super nice. Hold on, Toad. I'll get to you here.
No worries.
You know how it is. trying to keep all this stuff straight is
no worries.
Crazy.
He was just mentioning the S30V with the Buck, and here's the Vantage Pro with the S30V as well.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very nice.
If we're talking about Bucks that have micarta on them, I mean, I might as well just pull out the 119 with the micarta handle scales here. And the S35 VN blade steel as well.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
That's nice.
This was what I consider to be a grail knife for me, because this was a knife I wanted for a very long time, and it's the most expensive buck knife that I own. And I don't mean that I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. It's just this is a more expensive model than all the other ones that I currently own.
Right.
And it's not something I would have just gone out and bought, because it's not really a knife that I need, but it's just a knife that I wanted.
Right.
And if you have the original 119, this is my original one that I've had since I was 16 years old, there's nothing wrong with the old 420 version. Nothing wrong with this at all.
No.
Thank you, Gary. I'm glad you were here. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day also. All right, let me get back to the panel. Well, what do you think, guys? Should we go ahead and start wrapping this one up?
Sure.
Oh.
Whatever you guys
Yep.
want.
I think we've been going here. Can you guys believe we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes already?
Wow, it feels like it's only been like 45 minutes to me.
It goes fast.
It does. It does. It goes real
But-
fast.
Guys, just hang on. Don't leave yet when we end the live.
All right. Okay.
Okay, I was like, what, have we got something going on?
But wait, there's more.
But
For
there's
everybody
more.
that's left- for
I
everybody that's
have
left-
another hat yet.
Yeah, everybody left in the chat. I do have a special announcement about next week, and that is that Pete, Jersey Knife Guy himself, says he wants to come on, and
Sure.
we're also going to get Jerry from Big J's Knives. He's going to be on, so we're going to have another
Awesome.
big full panel show, and we'll be hitting on all 6 cylinders. Yeah, so it'll be a fun one for sure.
That's awesome.
And then Boston, you guys are going to have another live stream on Saturday next week, or
So we're actually, we're trying to figure that out right now. So what we want to do is, like we mentioned last night, is we don't want to come on when anybody else is doing their lives.
Right.
For one, we don't want to, intervene at all. And at the same time, I want to watch you guys' lives too. I love
Right.
watching. So we're just trying to figure out the time.
Okay.
If we do that, though, there's definitely going to be another one coming up. It may be Saturday. Once we figure out the times, we'll throw that out there, the time and day. But
Excellent.
definitely looking forward to it, though.
You two did really good last night on that live. That was a good live.
Yeah,
Very good.
that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I appreciate you being there. Everyone that was there, just it really, it's something that we're doing, and it's going good. It's going really
Yep.
good. Yeah, thank you.
Mark, you'll have to tune in next week to find out who's the Pete I speak of. We better get a bleep button. We need a big bleeping button.
Awesome guy.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
we'll have a lot of fun with that one. But that'll be a fun show for sure. What about you, Dave? Singing Toad, what do you got going on? And exactly how cold is it there where you're at in Canada?
It's about -10, which is, I want to say it's like 15 degrees Fahrenheit roughly.
Oh, not too warm.
I
I think that's Iowa summer weather, right, Tom?
14.
Yeah.
So it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'll tell you an old sea story. So we were up in the ship was up in Nova Scotia, and I was talking with one of the locals, and I said something about, we were talking about weather and cold and that, and I says, it's all relative, being from northern Iowa, and of course Nova Scotia further north. I said something like, up north here, I'm sure it gets a lot colder up north here. And they looked at me, what do you mean up north? To them, up north is like Arctic Circle type. So, it really is all relative.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, because where I live in central Ontario, when I say up north, I'm talking like way northern Ontario or Northwest Territories, like
Right.
it was literally like polar bears and seals and stuff,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Swamp Stomper. Tobias releases his premieres around the end of this program, so if you guys are not burned out, then definitely check out his stuff. But yeah, Tobias has a fantastic channel.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see if we can get him on here one day. It could happen. I don't know. But
That
we'll
would
keep
be
trying.
fun.
Yeah, it would. I don't care who comes. It could be him. It could be Skip. Either one would be fine.
Ajay, thank you very much to all you guys for having me on today. That it really is. It's a privilege to be on here, and I really feel that way. Thank you very much. I just want to say that for having me on.
You're
and
very welcome.
great time. You guys, I love all of your channels. Honestly, just been a great time to be here, and I really appreciate it. I know that you said Big J will be on next week.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's another, we'll me and him go on. He's another great. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on here. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. We enjoyed having you, and I hope you'll come back in the future.
Absolutely.
Same for me as well. I very much appreciate you inviting me on. You did invite me on back in the before the end of the year, and I was just way too busy, unfortunately.
That's fine.
But I told my wife today, I said, I'm for sure going on live with these guys today. They've asked me a few times. I don't want to keep saying no because eventually that offer will end. But I really do appreciate it. I love being in a group of like-minded people from all around the world.
Oh yeah,
it's good to see that this passion is a commonality amongst all of us. It doesn't matter creed, color, race. It doesn't matter.
Right.
We all love knives, and we can all get together and talk knives.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, again, thank you, Dave, for coming on. And yeah, I know life gets in the way. It happens to all of us. So been glad to have you on here today. I hope you'll come back in the future too.
Absolutely. I'd love to come join you guys again for sure. Absolutely.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you guys, all you guys in the chat, because without you guys watching, we don't have anything.
Absolutely.
We're glad that you're here and that you joined us for all the shenanigans and all the fun. And we will see you next week. So we'll go ahead and end it here, guys. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you in the videos.
Thanks, guys.